This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so we are going to discuss today currency conversions, how to export modeling views into reporting tools, and hierarchy. So I think today we are able to complete analytically. If not tomorrow, so I'm going back to our package. I think it's yes, it's 17C, not select the package, right click new. I'm creating analytical view. So let me take some table which has both the amount and currency. Any table which has both the amount and currency.
hierarchy.
Yeah, I found the table. So in this table we have both the amount and currency. First of all, we need to select some field, and this is the amount, this is the currency field. Now, if you go to the semantics and if you do the auto, let me hide the quick view for better visibility and save and activate. Now right click and data preview. So this is the output. Now by looking at this output, put yourself into end user shoes. Do you think uh, is it fine or do you expect something else? For example, first point is right. If both the amount and currency are in one column, then it looks good, correct? So usually we look for both the amount and currency in one column. That is one thing. The amount and currency should be in one column. That is one thing. And another thing is, if we have different currencies like this, it is difficult to identify which is the big and which is the low. So definitely we should have all currencies to the same target currency. We look for all target currencies in the same currency, right? So one thing is we want to see both in one column. Another thing is we want to do the currency conversion into our local currency or global currency, some unique currency, so that we understand which is the big amount, small amount, and all. So first of all, let us try to understand how to display both in one column. For that, if you go to your columns, let's say if I go to the data foundation, and here if here I don't have anything because there is a property called semantic. Here I don't have any property semantic, but if you go to the star join, if you go to amount column, why I am going amount column? Because in amount column only we are going to display even currency also. And here if you look at, lot of properties are there, even semantic type is there. If you put the cursor here and if you click this, you see the semantic type. Here you can choose even amount with currency code or quantity with unit of measure. Amount with currency code or even quantity with unit of measure. So how can we go there? If you go to star join, if you go to amount column in the properties, there is a semantics type. If you click this, you are getting this. Another way is you just double click, you are getting this. And also we have other way, you go to the semantics and columns, and here you have semantic type. You also can click this. You also can click this. So let me talk again. Here our requirement is to display both amount and currency in one column, that is amount column. To display the currency in amount column, go to the star join, go to the amount, and here in the properties, go to the semantic type, and if you click here, see here you have semantic type, and you can choose required one. Or else you can also double click and you can do it. Or if you go to the semantics and if you go to the network, here there is a semantic type, here also you can do it. These are the three possible ways. For example, you go amount and select amount with the currency code if you want to display currency in amount. Go quantity with unit of measure if you want to display unit in quantity, but here we want to display currency and amount. So in the currency, let's put INR for example. I'm just showing you what happens if I put INR, and if you do right click and data preview, you can look, it is displaying INR in all the values. But we don't want INR in all the values. We want to display whatever is there in the column WARK, we are expecting here. Whatever is there in the WARK, we are expecting here. So for that, go back. Either you can go to the star join or go to the semantics, double click. Instead of INR, if you click this, right, you select you selected already fixed, but I don't want that. I want to display this column. Whatever this column has data, we are going to display the same thing there. Whatever column has value, that we are going to display here. So CWARK, because here we are going to display this currency value. Now let us see. Now whatever this column has the value, we are displaying here, and even USD, everything it is displaying here. But you may ask, what is the use of this WARK now? What is the use of this WARK now? Now what you can do, you can go semantic and you can hide that currency column now. You can hide this currency column now. Now right click and data preview. See, we are able to display whatever amount column, currency column contains. Now we understood how to display both amount and currency in amount column. Now definitely we need to understand how to do the currency conversions, because you see here some are USD, some are Euro, some are INR, some are AR. Now how to convert these currencies into same currency, like same target currency or local currency or a global currency. So before that, I want to check with you, how do we do this in SAP side, ABAP side? How can we do the currency conversion at ABAP side? This is my question.
To function module conversion exit.
Yeah, we use function module, correct? Yeah, as an ABAPer, yes, we use function module. That function module converts into target currency. But we need to understand how that function module is doing all these things. If you go to S11 or SPRO, if you go to SC11 or SPRO, there are some configuration to be done by SAP FI guys. They do the configuration. This is their job, FICO. So even you go to SPRO or you can go to this table, first they need to configure exchange rate type, source currency, and target currency. What is exchange rate type? Exchange rate type means, let's say you work on the same system for different projects. If same, if one project is, let's say, Ariba, which deals with some US country, and let's say some Concur which deals with the Germany country, you are doing two things in the same system. But that Concur has different countries and different currencies are needed. Even that Ariba has US and different currencies needed. So in order to distinguish these currencies based on the project or work, you create an exchange rate type, and corresponding to that exchange rate type, you give your source currencies and target currencies. For example, if I want to convert from GBP to Euro, I need to maintain here from currency GBP to currency Euro. At the same time, we also need to maintain from currency Euro and to currency GBP. So that thing we should do here. That thing we should do here. Okay, that thing we should do here. So exchange rate type from currency to currency and reverse configuration we should do. And then finally, there is a view here. You can find for each exchange rate type, each date, what is from currency to currency and how much. Whatever function module we are talking, right? That function module reads data from here and it converts. It finds the date here. Let's say this table is not up to date, but usually this table is up to date in real time. For example, today you want to find, you see the today from 1 GBP equal to how many euro. Then if I want to convert from 2 GBP to how many euro, then it calculates 2 into this and it gives. That's the function module does it. But we need to understand how this table is updated daily or with the accurate data. Usually we have some websites or interfaces. We have some websites or third-party tools where you have up-to-date data. So we have an interface. Interface means how your team builds some interface which reads the data from that website or third party and it updates in AL11 directory. Then you create a program or standard programs are there which reads data from AL11 and updates data into the table. You may schedule a daily job, weekly job based on your business. And then finally your function module reads the data. This is how currency conversions happen in SAP. Is it clear? Any questions on this part? Can I get responses?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us see the same thing on modeling side. Here, we need to do the currency conversion. Let's say you already know you want to convert all these currencies to some target currency, let's say euro or something. Then anyway you have different options, right? You go star join and amount and you click this semantic type and you can do from here, or you can double click, or you can go here. Any of these, from any of these you can do. Now whenever you want to do the conversion, you should click this checkbox conversion. Once you click this conversion checkbox, you can see here schema for currency conversion, source currency. You have the details. You need to select here schema. Why you need to select this schema? Because usually I told you in the beginning, in real time, you have the system status. There, the Warner contains all the standard tables and custom tables. You can give that schema, or else you have your TCUR or TCURF tables, right? We discussed. All those tables should contain to do the we should have all those tables to do the currency conversion. Now you can select any schema. Usually that schema contain all the tables. You should select that schema. But anyway, in our case, this is just, if you go to the system status, this is our SAP system with the HANA database. Like we discussed before, if you go system status, Here you see the HANA database, and this owner is nothing but schema where we have all standard tables and custom tables. And even you find in this schema all the standard tables and custom tables, even you use it for all your modeling views and all. Now here, usually you should give the session client. We will discuss this during calculation view. What is session client and cross client? Usually your user is associated with some client. Here, whatever data you display from here, always it displays from this client. In real time, you should have it. That is session client. Okay, in case if you don't have that session client, you should give some other client. But first, let me keep like this. Source currency, always this is the source currency contains this column. Now target currency, you can give any currency from here, or also if you have, however you have given source currency this column, if you have any target currency column, you can select it, or you can create input parameter and you can decide it in the runtime. But usually you can do fixed one, but it's up to the case to case. So let me select this. So exchange rate type, I am giving this. You can give any exchange rate type. Your functional people will keep you. Same way, conversion date also, you can give the conversion date, any date, or you can give the column or input parameter. Now, that's all, but the important things are here upon conversion failure. Anyway, I will explain. First, let me, okay, if you select fail, in case if there is any issue in any currency, let's say if you have 1,000 records, out of 1,000 records, at least if one record has an issue in terms of customization or a data, then all 1,000 records data is not displayed. If you choose this option, even if at least one record has an issue in terms of data or customization or anything, it will not display. And if you go for set to null, whatever record has issue, it displays blank. Rest of the record it is displayed. If I choose set to null, whatever record has an issue, it displays blank. Rest of the records it displays. Don't choose ignore, because let's say if I have an issue while converting USD to INR, 10 USD I want to convert INR, for example 800. Instead of displaying 800, because that issue is there from USD to INR, it will show the previous amount with new currency. It will show 10 INR. Okay, anyway, first let me choose fail, and let us see the data. Here the error is very clear. It is talking about the session client, because we discussed, right, there is no session client here. So what you need to do here, you just give the client, what is the client of our system. I think 001, give it. Now let us understand. Now the error is very clear. There is an issue while converting ARS to euro. Because of that, it is not giving the entire result. There is some customization issue or something. Like we discussed, if you choose fail, if at least one record has issue, it doesn't show, right? Now let me update set to null and observe the output. It's set to null now. Whatever data has issue, that is not displayed. Rest of all, it is displayed because we put set to null. Now, if I keep ignore, but we should not do this, even though you have issue before, it's displayed everything with previous amount and new currency. Okay, this is what, in case, usually we don't do currency conversions like this, but in case if there is any need in HANA modeling, we do like this. Is it clear, everyone? Can I get responses from everyone in the chat box?
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yes, please.
In case of set to null, if there is error for some fields, how can we see the error log for those fields, for those entries?
Which one? Can you come
Hmm.
again?
In case of set to null, you said that the entries that have error, we can't see the conversion.
Ah, yeah, what you can do, you can put fail and you can check. Na? Then in the fail, you can see the error. Okay, then again you convert to set to null if you want to know what is the error. Or else you can go back and you can check, right? Maybe there is no customizing data, or you can execute your function module in the backend and check. One way is you check in the backend. You want to check in the database here itself. Put put fail and check. Then it will give error. Or else you go to the table level in the schema. You check the tables are there, right? Here TCURL. You can check there. Is the issue with the reverse configuration or there is no data in, right? Like that you can check. TCURR. Any questions, everyone? I think he has gone. Can I get responses in the chat box if it is clear, like clear? Are you able to hear me, guys? Hello, are you able to hear? Hope you are able to hear me. Otherwise, let me know. Okay. Now I'm going to explain how to export these modeling views into Excel sheet. Like we discussed, the HANA modeling views can be used in the reporting tools, BI, BO, Design Studio, Lumira. But here I will show you how to use modeling views into the Microsoft Excel. Same way, we also can use our modeling views in the reporting tools, BI, BO, Design Studio, Lumira. Now, you find all these things in our HANA modeling document. Okay, open any Excel sheet. open any Excel sheet. Then if you go data, from other sources, from data connection wizard, other or advanced, HANA MDX provider, and you need to provide our HANA system details here. HANA 2 instance, user, and password. If you click test connection succeed, then if you click OK, you select our pack. I will explain this number of times, don't worry, okay? So this is our package. We can't see attribute use here. Only analytical attribute use cannot be seen in this Excel. We created this, so if I click finish and click OK, and if you select, you are able to see in Excel all the data. Let me show you again. Go to data, from other sources, from data connection wizard, other or advanced. Next, choose HANA MDX provider. Next, give the host name, instance number, user, password, test connection, click OK, choose the package and select this, finish. We are able to see all the data. This is how we export our views into reporting tools. We will also come back and discuss on this, and also I will show you in the document, everything is documented in a proper way. Now, coming to the hierarchy. If you go to the analytical view, we completed parameters, variables, columns, but view properties we will discuss in the beginning of calculation view. And hierarchies, we cannot create hierarchies analytical view because here the tab is there, but just tab is there here. It is completely disabled, you can check here. You may ask, if we cannot create hierarchies in analytical view, then what is the point of this tab? That I will show you after some time, because we use attribute use here, and if that attribute use has any hierarchies, we can see here. Okay, that is the purpose. Okay, now I need some table, right, to show you that hierarchy data. First of all, what is hierarchy? Actually, you don't do this in real time as a modeler, but we have this option, so we don't want to leave this. That is the reason we are discussing this. Hierarchy means, let's say in ABAP you have hierarchical ELV or tree UI element in WebDyn Pro. So it's the same. So hierarchy is the same. Now, let's say I want to display country, and if I expand country, I will display states, or all these things we will do. Same way, I just choose some table, and before that, let me go to some package. in the y-axis. I'm just checking, okay, what table I have chosen before to explain, because we should have some data. Y-axis, EMP level. I'm just showing you some scenario. For example, I display level. If I expand level A, I want to display all the marks in a hierarchy. I display level A, and if I expand level A, I want to display the marks. So I take this table to explain you hierarchies. You will understand, okay? Don't worry, nothing. I display level. If I expand level A, I want to display all marks or employees. Okay, this is what I want to do. For that, I want to create a attribute view first. Okay, because in attribute view you can create hierarchies. I showed you, right? In analytical view you can't create hierarchies. You can create hierarchies in attribute view, but you can't create hierarchies in analytical view. That's the reason I will take, I create an attribute view. So I select this package, right click new attribute view. For example, here I am going to take the table employee level. So I am selecting employee number and marks, because if I select marks, here I am selecting employee number and marks, just a column. If you want, okay, employee number and marks or level, you can select all columns, because our requirement is, if I select level, based on level I want to show either marks or employee number. It's up to you. Okay, I think it is good if we show based on level employee number. So I selected these two. And if you go to the hierarchy, see here you have this plus button, but you don't have this in analytical view. I'm just giving some name like hierarchy name. Here I want to display first level, so I selected level, and also I want to display all data, and based on level I want to display employee number. That's it. Why I select level first? Because I want to display level. If I expand level, I want to display employee number. So save and activate. So we just taken this table, and what you want to display in the output you have done. Now, because we created a hierarchy here, and if I do data preview, here you are looking raw data. Raw data means it displays raw. So you can't see like a graph and all, but it is distinct values. You just look some employee number level, that's it. Distinct values it will show. This is just show if what is x-axis, what is y-axis, that's it. But you don't have graphical thing of view here. So then where I can see hierarchy format, either you can see in the reporting tool. Okay, but here I don't have reporting tool, but I have Excel. But in Excel, I can't see attribute view. We just discussed, right? So what I do, I create analytical view. I create analytical view, and I use attribute view in star join, right? In that way, I can do. In that way, I can do. So maybe I'm going to create analytical view. Right click, new analytic. Why I am creating analytical view? Because to show this hierarchy in Excel sheet. That's it. If you create analytical view, you should have some fact table or some transactional table here, and that should have common data with that attribute view. So I'm using the same table which we created attribute view. We are using the attribute view which we created hierarchy also. So this is the analytical view. We use the same table for linking purpose and all. I'm going to drag the table, but let me try again. I'm going to drag this attribute view. Okay, what I will do now, I just use this. I think our view is this one, right? Sorry. What is our attribute view name? ATH44, correct? Okay, now you already know this is the data foundation. I'm just selecting only marks here because already in attribute view you have employee number level. But if you want to do join, right, you should have some field. So maybe link this employee number and employee number. Then do auto assign, save and activate. Right click and data preview. Okay, here our concept is we want to use this analytical view in Excel sheet. So data from other sources, from data connection wizard, other or advanced, same thing we are doing. HANA to instance 02, user HANA user, password welcome 1234, test connection, next, and Oasis. I think this, I think we used Oasis only. This is our analytical view. If I click finish, here I just select this hierarchy. See, are you able to see? It displayed all levels, right? If I expand levels, we are expecting employee number. See, this is what hierarchy. Is it clear, everyone, now? What is hierarchy and how to export all these things? Any questions? Yeah, I'm not getting any responses, guys, from you. Okay. I think it is good if you get response. Otherwise, I can go ahead like that without asking. No, whatever. Yeah,
So even though the feature of exist in the attribute view, we are directly unable to use that. That's why we are creating the analytical view. Inside the analytical view, we are calling the attribute view. Then we are exporting that to Excel, sir.
yeah. Why? Because now, whatever hierarchy you created here, right? This is a modeling, right? Perspective. So you can see only here raw data. So you can't see hierarchies in the raw data, right? Raw data means some data. That's it. So if you want to see your hierarchy, definitely it should be in some reporting tool like user interface, some and all. Okay, for that purpose, I don't have reporting tool to show you here, but I have Excel, right? But in Excel, you already know we cannot use attribute view, correct? We can't see attribute views in Excel. So that's the reason we created analytical view, and we are showing, we are able to see.
Okay.
Okay, because why? Because in Excel you can't see, because if I give the package, we are able to see only analytical views. We are not able to see attribute views because attribute views we cannot see here. That's the reason I created analytical view. Okay, and also I explained, once you create analytical view, whatever hierarchy you created, you can see that hierarchy here. Okay, but you can't create hierarchies in analytical. So I say we completed uh, analytical view, but one last topic is there. For example, in attribute view in the data foundation, if you go for Let me go to our package. In attributive data foundation, here you see temporal properties always disabled. Even you choose any join, these temporal properties are always disabled. Right? I'm talking about these temporal properties. But if you go to analytical view, even in the analytical view data foundation also, these are disabled irrespective of any join. Right? So temporal properties always disabled in attribute view and analytical view in the data foundation. But if I go star join, see if it is inner join, they are enabled. If referential join, they are enabled. Left outer disabled, right outer disabled, text join disabled. Now, what are these temporal properties? So these temporal properties means usually we use HANA modeling views to achieve the equijoins. Equijoins means where material number equal to material number. If I want to achieve like where material is less than this material and greater than this material, or where this date is between this date and this date, then we can't use, right? So to achieve that unequijoins, like less than, greater than, we use this temporal property. For example, imagine this is a sales order date. Imagine this is a start date and this is end date. I want sales order between start and end date. Then you select temporal column as that sales order date, condition like include or exclude, from column as start date and to column as end date. So you can try this as an assignment. So here left side is data foundation comes from table. So you create one table with sales order number, creation date, something. This comes from attribute view. So create a table and attribute view on that, like start date, end date, sales orders, material. Then you link some common field and put here sales order date, include between and start date, end date. Okay, you can do it as an assignment. So I can say we completed attribute view, analytical view. Tomorrow I will start calculation view. Okay, tomorrow I will start calculation view. Okay, approximately calculation view will be completed in 2 to 3 days. Mostly tomorrow is Friday, but let's see, this Saturday we have class. I will let you know tomorrow. Usually Monday to Saturday, but I will adjust some time because for previous night batch I need to explain some topics, so maybe I will take them long session. But I'm not committed. I will tell you tomorrow. So let's say if Saturday there is no class, maybe Tuesday we can complete modeling and we start HANA migration. And Wednesday, Thursday, maybe we do new OpenSQL. Okay. Okay. I'm stopping for today, guys. So we will meet tomorrow. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can close. Okay, thank you.